Yo, what is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? Guys, Golden Kamuy absolutely had me in tears. This episode plus just the series humor is absolutely weird in so many good ways that if you honestly don't like Golden Kamuy, I think it's okay, but at the same time, I think outside of the gore and outside of the killing and stuff like that, there is some truly deep rooted good comedy in here, and you're gonna miss out because of the other stuff. But that being said, just to kind of explain to you why I thought some of the stuff was so hilarious. One thing, we're straight up watching a boy who I feel like robbed. Excuse me. I feel like he robbed them on purpose. Like he would want people that are looking athletic, and he just wound up bumping into like some of the tallest people in town slash soldier muscle boys. So he made a good choice of robbing them, just in the grand scheme that he got lucky that they didn't want the death penalty for him, right? Like, the guy pulls out the katana and cuts the boy on the cheek after he gets caught up to, but that's only because he got caught up to because one person in the group was athletic enough to follow him. The kid had a bamboo stick, walks up that bamboo stick to get on top of a roof, and one of the lieutenants or the sergeants, yeah, he's a lieutenant, I believe, uh, he ends up just jumping like the whole height of the roof. He jumps up there. So it was automatically already an easy way to just be like, okay, something goofy's already gonna happen because this man has been known to not do much of anything. So to think that it's like his time to get an episode, I think that even made it more funnier at the end of the day. So he's doing all this acrobatic stuff, and of course he catch up to the boy, and after catching up, he then finds out how or they all find out how ridiculously acrobatic he is. They pretty much the immortal knew about the circus, so in a way he wanted to use this circus for how big it is and how people like put it in the local news to say, oh yes, the immortal showed up and he did, um, you know, the act that people think actually someone loses their life when they do it. So these are the types of things that the show is really banking on to get our main characters back together, and I really do uh, like their approach because I've never seen a show quite like this one where it's like all about the nitty gritty. Like it is a gritty show and it is pretty dark. Just like how they made sure they brought in the darkness after all these laughs and having the guys dressed up as ladies and stuff like that. After all that, what do? They bring in some Russians who clearly don't know faces and they just know that their mission is to take out whoever's doing this sword act. So once they actually try to do that and get straight up absolutely bodied by the immortal, like I just got bodied by Anne, it was pretty cut and dry that we are going to see some or get some information about maybe why the Russians are also still, kind of not far off the trail when you go over to the town where Russians were fighting. So for some reason the Russians are blending in, not blending in, they're pretty much phasing into the territory and then kind of co-living. Like they just really showed up out of the blue, almost as if no one has any idea where a lot of them could be hiding out. But I rest my case. I definitely love Golden Kamuy, and it's a weird type of love because not all of the jokes hit. Like I'm not into seeing grown men dress up as little girls and start dance with little girls and get yelled at, like the little girls get yelled at for getting the dance steps wrong or their hands movements wrong. I'm not into any of that stuff, but because of the animation and because of the focus of the story being on it for so long, it actually just got ridiculously hilarious to me. Especially with one of the other soldiers being so good that he's not getting yelled at for any mistakes, but he's getting yelled at just because he's staring at the dance instructor. And she's like, "Oh, you want to get in bed with me so you can get on my good side, huh?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm not into that sort of stuff." He's like, me either." So, like, I don't know why you brought it up, but I'm not into that either. So we're both at a win-win here. So I don't know. I'm telling you, Golden Kamuy has some of its own type of, oh, he ran away. Its own type of comedy, and I absolutely love it. Sometimes I hate it because it's really weird, but at the same time, not all comedy is supposed to be for everybody. It's supposed to vary, and oh, do they vary in this show. So with all that being said, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Kuma's just gonna uppercut me to death, so that's awesome. But I will definitely talk to you guys in the next one. And with all that being said, watch Golden Kamuy if you haven't already. You're missing out, and you're making me angry. No, but if you watch it and you can't get through a couple of the episodes of the first season, or the second, you start watching the second season and you just don't care, it's all good. But I just highly suggest you check it out because unlike a lot of shows, uh, it doesn't really bank on the characters being all nice and polite and stuff. It kind of is like a forced situation leading into like a beautiful friendship, you know, or like a beautiful bond. And I didn't expect for it to now be in this position where that bond has been kind of severed simply because of distance. And if they meet each other, it would be reacquainted quite quickly. Plus, there's a lot of gold on the line, so I'm very interested to see the end of this story. Who could come out on top? Who might just lose everything? And if maybe nobody gets anything at all in the first place as well, like Immortal and the girl get to it, and they're the last one standing, and they just kind of let it be. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what you guys are going to think. With all that being said, take care. Embrace. See if I can win this fight right here. Oh. Oh.